Mahalo everyone, and welcome to another deck video here on the Jolly Scarecrows channel. Today I'm going to be presenting a Amazoness deck, which is valid both in Master Duel and in the trading card game. We had one of these on the channel previously, but it's been updated with some newer cards and now incorporates a whole range of cool Synchro monsters thanks to the use of Psychic Wielder. The deck has a little bit of a meme potential going for it, in that its original basis was using this Amazon Swordswoman, which means that your opponent takes the battle damage that you would have taken from the attack. And we combine that with a card like Massive Morph, which doubles your opponent's monster's attack and defense, but stops them from attacking directly. And thanks to the wonderful recursive ability of the Amazoness deck, you can often just keep recycling Amazoness Swordswomen until your opponent's unable to attack. Some of the best new cards of this deck are things like Amazoness Princess. So when this is normal or special summon, you get to search for an Amazoness spell or trap, and when it declares an attack, you can then send a card from the field to the graveyard to special summon another Amazoness. And there can be different situations, you can do different things. You can even special summon an Amazoness Queen to prevent your monsters being destroyed by battle. So say your Swordswoman is going into some nonsense boss monster, you can use the Princess beforehand to have brought out the Queen. That prevents them being destroyed by battle, so your Swordswoman remains alive. Another key card for the deck is this, the Baby Tiger. So whenever you normal summon or special summon an Amazoness monster, you can special summon this from the graveyard. This is important because of how much it uses the field spell. So whenever an Amazoness monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, you get to special summon one from your deck with a level either equal or less than to the monster. And that means that if say your opponent pops, I don't know, a princess, you're then able to bring out maybe something like Spy or another princess. That lets you both search for a spell or trap and lets you special summon the Baby Tiger. If Baby Tiger happens to be in your graveyard, then on your turn, bring out the old princess, and it can special summon itself, and then you're able to special summon a copy of Psychic Wielder, since you'll have a level 3 on the field. Your other option as a level 3 is Amazoness Spy, and this is simply reveal an Amazoness monster in your hand, and you get to special summon it. So you can quite easily see how you can end up with a different range of levels on the field in order for you to make synchro summons. What this deck does have access to, because this is all Earth, is Natura Beast. So you can really easily play this by special summoning your level 3 Wielder and Amazoness Baby Tiger. You can special summon both of these off a single summon of a Spy or a Princess. That gives you access to Beast, which obviously really inhibits your opponent's ability to play spell cards. But we're playing all sorts of things, playing Bryonic, Metaphys Horus, Coral Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, whatever kind of situation you're in, and you can tinker with this Synchro deck to make it fit how the meta develops. You can play around with this, but I'd say Natura Beast is the main monster you're going to be wanting to go to, maybe on first turn or something like that. I have missed off one of the best searches in the game, I think, archetype specific searches. Amazoness Call lets you search for any Amazoness card. It's a quick play, so there are some situations where that's particularly useful. We'll get into where those are in a sec. And you can banish it to make one of your Amazoness attack all of your opponent's monsters. So you can see how that could work with a kamikaze run from Swordswoman in trying to inflict damage to your opponent. You can replace a number of the kind of, if you wanted to, you can replace things like Massive Morph with things like Maxi, whatever hand traps you want to add. We're running Galaxy Cyclone and Harpy's Feather Duster because this deck doesn't overly have access to spell and trap removal. So if you're going second or something, you might want that. The other Amazoness spell or trap you can search is Onslaught, and this is a pretty interesting card. In your battle phase, you get a special summon an Amazoness from your hand. Nice. And then when you battle an opponent's monster, you can banish both of them. And then if it's destroyed, you can special summon an Amazoness from your graveyard. So it has lots of different effects, and they're all pretty nice. So you can keep banishing, picking off the opponent's monsters you don't want on the field, and then keep the ones maybe that you can cope with or that you want to ram into. And then even if they get rid of this, you can special summon an Amazoness, and if that's a princess, you get a search, and if the baby tiger's in your grave, you get to special summon that back. And then at any point, if you've got the field spell on the field, you get another special summon. So, you can see how these things can snowball. Your main protection is in the form of these little scouts. They're level 2, so whenever your Amazoness is destroyed with the field spell on the field, you always have access to them, and you can attribute it as a quick effect, and you can prevent your Amazoness being targeted or destroyed by card effects. So if you're going to go in for a swordswoman ram raid special, you'll want to use this first to prevent some imperm or some form of targeting thing that will affect your capacity to do that. The rest of the cards are pretty straightforward. Extravagance is because other than Natura Beast, you do use obviously the extra deck a little, and you might want to replace Extravagance with something like Desires. It's a kind of a preference thing, really. You'll mostly be just trying to access Beast, and it's long odds on your chance of wiping out both of them. But yes, that could be changed quite easily as well. And the rest of them are things like Monster Reborn. Obviously, this deck works really well for chain special summoning, and Metaverse and Terraforming for searching out that all-important field spell. It is key to keep up Amazoness Village, because that keeps your ability to recycle your Amazonesses, bring them all out from the deck when they're destroyed by battle or card effect. Right, I think that's your lot for this Amazoness deck. I hope you can use it to good effect, and you can get some massive morph wins. I'd like to see some of those on the channel, and I'm hoping to get those replays up for you in the not too distant future. Thanks for watching. See you next time.